world who lost an arm in combat and then returned to the battlefield.
For his bravery, former Israeli President Shimon Peres awarded American-born Izzy one of the country's highest military honors for his service in the Israeli Defense Force. Today, Izzy works as an actor, a philanthropist, and he brings his message of perseverance and optimism to others as a motivational speaker.
He's written a new memoir. You see it here. It's titled Disarmed, Unconventional Lessons from the World's Only One-Armed Special Forces Sharpshooter. Izzy, thank you for being with us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You were just telling us that this incident, when you lost your arm, that was 10 years ago. Take us back to that day. You remember it well.
Oh, yeah. Like an HD recording. I was awake for most of what happened, so I remember all of it. I remember looking down for the first time and seeing what happened, the whole journey to the hospital, and everything that's happened since.
So it was a mortar shell. I mean, inches away, really, from actually being killed by it.
Well, mortars have a 30-meter kill zone, so there's no reason that I should still be here. There were a couple of them that fell in that same vicinity, so I'm very fortunate.
And despite losing a limb, you said, I want to go back on the front lines. Why?
I wanted to give what happened purpose. I wanted to create my own meaning behind it, and going back was a way to almost undo that damage.
You had to convince doctors and the military that you were a capable soldier.
Yeah, the doctors was the easy part. It was the military that wasn't exactly welcoming me back with open arms. Yeah, no pun intended.
I mean, you have one arm now, right? And then you're still going to go back to the same job as a sharpshooter. How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I had to relearn how to do all the loading and shooting and obstacle courses in full combat gear that include jumping over a 7-foot wall, climbing rope. A lot of difficult things to overcome, but I talk a lot about that in Disarmed, is that we all have the version of a missing arm. For some of us it could just be having a bad day, it could be a form of depression, it could be cancer, divorce. We're all going through something, but we find a way to make it through.
But you said did you get better at doing these things after the adversity?
Absolutely, yeah.
How so? Was it just like you had to
I mean, it's all in the mind. My obstacle course timing dropped from 10.5 minutes to 7.5 minutes after the injury. I personally don't even understand how that's possible if it's not just mindset.
But was there someone who taught you how to relearn how to do all this with one arm, or is it just yourself?
No, well, I took it one obstacle at a time. Every day was something else. There were some things that surprised me. There were some things that I knew were going to be a challenge, like rope was very difficult. I had to spend like a full month figuring out how to climb every day, until my palm was, calloused and bloody. Reloading was difficult. Grenade pins, I had to figure out how to pull them with my teeth, like Rambo back in the day.
I think some people still do that. So what is your message? You speak to a lot of students, to groups. What's your message to them?
Yeah, that we all go through those difficulties and that there is a way. I mean, I grew up in Miami, huge nerd, played tons of video games, was locked in my room, read the entire extended Star Wars universe. Now there's a new Star Trek show out that's amazing that I love, and it's very confusing. I don't know if there's some states where it's illegal to kind of love both those universes, but that's how much of a nerd I am. I love all of this stuff, and terrified. I was terrified of girls growing up. That's still potentially a thing, and I still managed to go across the world and fight in this military for this country that I love, and become the world's only one-armed Special Forces sharpshooter.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there, Izzy,
Yes.
but if you want to learn more about Izzy, we've got his website there. It's justizzy.com. Is that right?
Just Izzy.
And there's a book there, Disarmed.
Well, I hope you're not afraid of me.
No.
Yeah, don't be afraid of me.
I'll try not to be.
You're an inspiration. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Izzy.
We'll be right back.